HD Millville, Atlantic City.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Set, red 83!
Welcome to The Locker Room.
Vince Papali, welcome to The Locker Room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to The Locker Room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to The Locker Room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in The Locker Room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig as we broadcast live from the Tropicana Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana in Atlantic City for Week 3 in the NFL. And Mike Carlin, good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
Ready for another big day?
Yeah, we are. Week 3 in the NFL. We got Eagles on Monday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Josh Hennig, I know you were in hog heaven yesterday with a plethora of great college football.
One after another.
One right after another last night.
It was an amazing game of college football yesterday, Billy. And we got a really great day today because we got college football yesterday. The Eagles on Monday Night Football. The Phillies won again yesterday. We can't forget about those Phils.
We'll be talking
the college football was amazing as well.
I got to tell you, man, it's just such a cool time. Like it brings me back right to last year. You know, the Phillies got into the playoffs at the last game of the season pretty much in Houston. But this year we're in. And it's like we expected it. But, with the Eagles, their high expectations, the Phillies getting clear. It's a pretty cool time, man.
But you will admit, we're not just in. We need that be the first place. We want that home field advantage.
The magic number is 2 to clinch the playoffs, but I think 3 games for the home host.
Three for the top wild card spot.
Yeah. You want to host.
And by the way, that 3 is, if you look at the bigger picture, right? The 3 is not as much about the other teams losing. It's about you winning. So you don't have to worry about someone else losing.
Take care of your own business, Josh.
You take care of your own business. You have a game against the Mets, 3 more against the Pirates, 3 more against the Mets. So you have 7 games to get 3. If you can't win 3 out of 7 games, that's a you problem.
We're looking at the Phillies right now, 86-69. I mean, I think the over and under we said the other day, Josh, was what, 87, I believe 87 and a half it was in the beginning of the season. I predicted 90 wins. I'm going to get close. But hey, if they get 90 wins, I'll be happy.
It's a great season.
Yeah, it's a great season.
Absolutely.
Despite the fact that Schwarber's hitting 198.
It's all going to come down to one thing, guys. It's coming down to one thing. You ready? When we get to the playoffs, can we beat Atlanta?
Can we beat Atlanta?
That's it. That's what it comes down to.
And I was saying last week on the program, Josh, when we were together in the studio, I guess 2 weeks ago, that the Braves have like 7 guys with 20 or more home runs. Guess what? When Ballman, we have 6, so we're right there with them. Offensively, I think we can hang with the Braves. It's just whether our pitching staff can hang.
Well, to me, the big thing is that you just mentioned Bohm. Bohm has turned out to be a legitimate clutch player. He's top 10 in Major League Baseball with batting average with runners in scoring position. And because of that, he has changed the dynamic because he's not in the mold of the Mike Schmitz and the other power hitting third baseman. His numbers are actually more like Robin Yount.
Yeah.
He's not a big power hitter, but he makes contact. He gets RBI. And frankly, I personally don't care how many home runs he hits as long as he gets runners in. You look at some of the teams around baseball, aside from the Braves, which are just this power hitting juggernaut right now. They're just ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
But Bill, I mean, you look at the Dodgers, you look at the Diamondbacks,
even the Milwaukee Brewers, they got a good pitching.
Oh, the Chicago Cubs. Those teams don't all have sluggers. The Giants, they're RBI guys.
Right.
Give me the guy who gets RBI over the guy who just hits home runs.
Exactly. No, I hear you. And of course, Philadelphia now 17 games over 500 for the first time since 2022.
How would you like to be the agent of Bone?
You think
someone's happy there?
You got to bring me down like.
I mean, he's going to be making some serious money with the season he's having.
Well, when's he up? When's his contract up?
We got to look it up, but
I'll look it up.
But I mean, we're not going to be able to sign everybody, right? I mean, I know there's no.
It's like football.
Well, there's
you win, you lose.
Cap. There's no. You have to pay a luxury tax if you go over a certain amount of money. But if they want to, they pay him. They can. Remember, Middleton did say he wants to spend mad money. Well, he might have to.
It's going to be the same thing as later. We're going to have to get to 2 really good clubs to get to the World Series. Okay, eventually you're going to see the Dodgers or you're going to see Atlanta, and you may see both.
So Bohm,
if that happens, we're in serious trouble.
So Bohm is under 3 more years arbitration eligible. So that means he does not have to get paid like a massive contract until 2027. Now, of course, they could sign him ahead of time and try to save some money.
Right. Well, we're broadcasting live here at the Tropicana, inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. We got a full slate of NFL games. This is the place to be, man. The Sportsbook. Look at the clarity of these big TVs, Mike. It's phenomenal.
This is the place you want to come. You just want to eat, drink, and watch football all day. This is the place to be.
They got booths, tables, a lounge area, great food. Last week we had some food delivered from Chickies and Pete's. Today I think we're going to Carmine's. I can't wait.
Carmine's today.
But there's a lot of great places inside Caesars here.
Absolutely. I mean,
Tropicana.
Imagine this is one. You park your car and you walk in. You don't know where to go to eat. So do you want to go to the Palm? Do you want to go Alverdi? Do you want to P.F. Chang's? You Hash, Carmine's, Chickie and Pete's.
Yep.
You walk into Hooters, a damn good sports bar. They're all under one roof here.
Right. It's like a mall.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a mall.
They do. They have shopping here.
Last week we gave tickets away for the IMAX Theater, which is the biggest screen in South Jersey.
South Jersey. Yeah, we'll be doing that again. I mean, this is the place to be again. And you don't have to just be an Eagles fan. We want to, tell people. NFL fan. I'm looking around and you got Giants fans here, Jets fans, Baltimore fans, LA fans. Everybody's here.
Well, first of all, the guy mentioned 2 people. One, there's a guy here with Joe Klecko jersey on, which was so cool because you just had Joe Klecko on a few weeks ago on the show. I also saw a guy with a Panthers Christian McCaffrey jersey walking around here. I don't know what that's about. I mean, let me ask you a question, Billy, because you're a guy who I could see wearing somebody's uniform. Would you ever wear a uniform of a guy who's no longer on the team?
No. And I'm not a uniform wearer. I've never worn a jersey with somebody else's. I'll wear a number, right? But I'm not even like when I go to games, I just wear like an Eagles T-shirt. Yeah. I'm not a jersey guy per se. I'm not against it. I just haven't gotten one.
I think I was. You don't I think I grew out of it.
Yeah. I grew out of it.
Yeah, I grew out. I think as I got older, I grew away from wearing a jersey.
Hey, we got a great show lined up today, as we do each and every Sunday as we broadcast live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. At the bottom of the hour, we'll talk with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. Scott will give us his keys to the game, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City. It's always good to get Grayson's take on the Eagles. Each and every week, of course, the Eagles play the Buccaneers on Monday Night Football, the 7:15 game Monday. It's the first game of the NFL doubleheader.
Bill, because I will not have game night tomorrow because Eagles coverage starts at 6 o'clock on 97.3 ESPN. Billy Schweim in the locker room gets my exclusive keys to the game and pick for Monday Night Football. So this is a Billy Schweim exclusive.
And then at the bottom of the second hour, we're talking with my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point. Charlie, with fantasy football, you're not in the fantasy football league, right?
No, I took a year off.
Took the year off. I already have 3-4 guys hurt. Like, started off last year. Speaking of injuries, there's a lot of significant injuries in the NFL. I mean, Bryce Young went down. And Carlin, we were talking about this before we got on the air, and I do want to talk about this. When you and I went to the
Maxwell
Club Awards, was that at the Harris, right?
Harris.
Is that at Harris? I had an opportunity to interview Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to Jordan Davis right there. The size difference. I mean,
huge.
Bryce Young looked like he was.
Remember, like Dawkins was sitting up there with him. Dawkins looked like he could play today.
I bet he could.
But it worried me from day one of putting Bryce Young and draft him number one. If I was a GM, I don't think
the joke I said to you when we were sitting there looking at all these players lined up, they were all sitting within 10 feet of us. I was like, Bryce Young looks like he's in junior high.
Yes.
I mean, that's what he looked like.
Stephon Diggs for the Cowboys, he's out.
That's Trayvon Diggs.
What did I say?
Trayvon Diggs.
I'm sorry. Nick Chubb's out with an MCL. So there's already some significant injuries.
So let's hit on those really quick.
Barkley from the Giants?
Well, he's a short-term injury.
Yeah,
he's
still
just
hurt.
an ankle sprain. The Diggs injury, really quick. We got to hit on this, guys. It might be the biggest injury in the NFL since Aaron Rodgers, because without Diggs, the Cowboys defense cannot have an even playing field. Bill, you know how it works with football. If you can slant the field, right?
Right.
You know, what happens is now you're allowing teams to attack one side of the field. With Diggs and Gilmore on each side, the Cowboys had a balanced defense. Now, without him, you could attack Bland and Lewis. And let me tell you something. Eagles, 49ers, Dolphins, they're all on the Cowboys' schedule. You don't think all of those teams and more are going to attack those guys?
Absolutely.
Of course they are.
You know, and Carlin, I don't have to tell you this, but, you know, injuries are a part of the game. One of the reasons why the Eagles had such a successful run last year is because during the Super Bowl, they had everybody on their roster.
They were very lucky.
Like, that is, you got to stay healthy.
You remember what Clement said last week? It doesn't happen. It usually doesn't happen. So we were lucky. So we got a lot to talk about. 2 short hours to do it in. It's NFL Sunday. Week 3 in the NFL. We're broadcasted live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Let me tell you about Stan Insurance Group. Get SIG protection. Don't get burned this summer. Choose Stan Insurance Group for better coverage than your sunscreen. Protected families, homes, automobiles, businesses in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for over 25 years. Stan Insurance helps you select the right insurance company for the best combination of protection and service at a competitive rate. Get insurance coverage you need today. Visit sigprotection.com for a quote. That's SIGprotection.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 3, and the Eagles travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs on Monday Night Football.
And is Swift again for another 9 yards. He's over 100.
Not much they can do about it.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 6 p.m. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 7:15. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station. Brought to you by
Jenkins Plumbing and Heating at jenkinsandsons.com. Piccalilli Inn. Nobody beats the Piccalilli, Route 206 in Chemung. Frank Vincent Windows, Roofing, Siding, and Doors make your home look new again. BMW of Atlantic City. Shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com. And First Bank of Sea Isle.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Meanwhile, at the New Jersey Lottery Scratch-Offs Division.
Team, let's load up the truck to deliver these new loaded scratch-offs.
All right.
Loaded with $2,000 and $5,000 top prizes. $10,000 top prizes are loaded.
$20,000.
Truckload of more top prizes and more chances to win.
Play the new loaded scratch-offs. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Easy on the turns, Jerry.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here inside the Tropicana, broadcasted live at the Caesars Sportsbook. Mike Carlin, Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig here as we get you ready for week 3 in the NFL. And there's some great games on a slate. Mike Carlin, you want to tell us who you're looking at today? What's the big game today for you, Mike Carlin?
Well, I love the Denver at Miami. I think that's going to be – I mean, all this talk about Sean Payton in Denver, how can they start off 0-3?
Right.
But you're traveling for the first time. Miami's playing their first home game.
They were winning last week and then dropped the game.
Yeah, Giants came back on that. I think that's a great game. If you're an Eagles fan, you got to be watching Washington. Washington's 2-0.
Yep.
That could come down crashing today because they play Buffalo. Okay. And just in my mind, Buffalo is better than Washington. There's a lot of good games. I mean, Dallas, unfortunately, Dallas is playing a dog, so they're going to win. They're going to beat Arizona. Pittsburgh, Las Vegas. That's a very interesting game.
And that's in Vegas. That's their first home game.
Vegas' first home game.
Right.
Pittsburgh's only been at home. This is their first away game. Everybody's taking Pittsburgh. I like Vegas in that game.
And Josh,
it's one after another.
Josh, the Philadelphia Eagles playing Monday night. There are 2 Monday night games again this week. Is that what's the reason for that? Why the NFL?
Money.
Definitive.
Yeah. It's money.
Just all money. I mean, usually they just did it for the opening weekend.
Well, because they're trying to get more Monday night games on ABC, not just ESPN.
Okay.
And ESPN basically said, look, if you want more money from us, you got to promise us more games. So now they're getting more games on ESPN and ABC, and the NFL gets their money. Really quick, my big 3 games today, Carlin mentioned one of them, Washington and Buffalo. I think it's a huge game for both those teams. But we didn't mention 0-2 Chargers versus 0-2 Vikings. Yep. You know, the loser of that game might have their head coach fired soon. Brandon Staley now has lost 4 straight games by 3 points or less, including the postseason. 4 straight.
Is Herbert as good as advertised?
He's really good.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh,
but Brandon Staley's supposed to be defensive coach, and his defense is as good as the 3 of us playing.
Right.
But, you haven't thought about what he said about the winner of that game, the loser of that game. You could lose your coach, or the loser could lose a quarterback. Because how many more losses is Minnesota going to have where Kirk Cousins is going to go? And there's a lot of talk about him going to the Jets.
The Jets, yeah.
He could walk right in.
Right.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Can you imagine Kirk Cousins with his 300 passing yards a game going to the Jets?
Huge.
I know we make fun of Kirk Cousins a lot, but that dude literally just has the same stats every year.
He just gets it done.
Well, let's just talk about our quarterback here in Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
The South Jersey area, the Eagles, people in South Jersey love the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts, who had a monster year last year, is he playing up to his expectations yet, Josh? I mean, he's had a slow start. Is it his fault? Is it the coordinator, a new coordinator? What seems to be the problem with Jalen Hurts?
2 things on Hurts. One, remember, he had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions through the first 5 games last year.
Okay, he's got 2 TDs and 1 interception so far.
So he had a slow start last year, and he picked it up the rest of the year. Remember, the first 5 games, he had 4 passing touchdowns. The rest of the year, he had 18. So think about that for a minute. The first half, he just might just be a slow start. That might be the first part. Second thing, I do blame the offensive coordinator. I think Brian Johnson is trying to call a college game at times. He's demanding too many anticipation and too many directed passes. The idea that, people like Brian Balding or Mike Quick keep bringing this up, that Hurts has predetermined passes in these plays. And I don't think Hurts is going outside the game plan. I think Hurts is telling the coaches, I'm not listening to you. So to me, Billy, I think the problem is that they're not calling the right game for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, I mean, just going by what Josh said, he had the ability. Their passing game, the Vikings took away their passing game last game. They went to the run, and look how successful they were. I mean,
and they just stayed with it.
And
Thank God they
it.
stayed with it.
You're talking Swift had 28 carries for 175 yards. Josh, he was able to make an adjustment or change the plan to their strength.
Do you remember right after the first game?
Some coaches don't mean to interrupt, but some coaches, Josh, are stubborn, and they'll try to get that square peg in a round hole.
Yes, they are.
Right after the first game, what did Sirianni say in the post game? We handled preseason wrong.
Right.
He literally came out and said that.
Yeah, but you know what?
Well, they had to ask him that question.
These first two games to me were the starters' preseason games.
Right, exactly.
And they were lucky to go 2-0. But I think today, tomorrow night,
they're facing a very stingy Tampa Bay Buccaneers
you're going to see a whole
today.
totally different team tomorrow night.
Although I will say that Tampa's a little banged up. They do have 3 of their starters are questionable for tomorrow night on defense.
Tomorrow's a coming out party, guys. You won't be talking
the Bucs
about
have 8 sacks and 5 takeaways while only yielding 54 yards per game rushing against the Vikings and Bears so far. So they're
the Bears are not a good football.
The Bears are terrible.
You can't measure that.
Guys, they're NFL teams. I mean, you guys, I always laugh when people say the teams are terrible. Yeah, but they're still in the NFL, and on any given Sunday, Josh, a team can be not prepared.
Well, any given Sunday, sure. I mean, the Giants were down 20-0 to the Cardinals, and they came back and won the game.
Just like when the Phillies beat a team like the Nationals, but they're beat the teams that should beat, right? So same theory applies for NFL teams.
What happened?
I'm not diminishing Tampa. What I'm saying is that I think that Tampa's 2-0 is different than Philadelphia's 2-0. That's all.
Correct. Absolutely. And just remember last year, guys. We went into Washington as one of the hottest teams in football, and we lost at Washington. Right. No one saw that.
Right. And
so
Washington,
to your point, anybody can beat anybody.
Washington was not supposed to be a good team last year.
Right.
We lost to them. Tampa is supposed to be a quote-unquote good team.
Well, here's some good news. Philadelphia ranks second in the league with 178 yards rushing per game. In week 2, the Eagles rushed for 259 yards. The fact is that they don't just rely on one aspect of the game, Mike Carlin. Well, they can put it together.
I mean, when you look at the depth chart for Tampa Bay, their offense, they have 2 players they literally scare me. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both really good wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yep.
The question mark is Baker Mayfield going to be able to give him the ball? Now, supposedly, and he's been playing pretty good.
He's completing 69% of his passes.
But he hasn't seen the defense like the Eagles, like he's going to see tomorrow night.
3 touchdowns, he hasn't turned over the ball. Well, he hasn't thrown 1 interception, Mike Carlin.
We'll bet tomorrow he does.
All right.
As I wrote,
I love the
as I wrote about at 97.3 ESPN.com yesterday, the Eagles got good news, though. The good news is that James Bradbury is back. Reed Blankenship is back. Now you're going to go into this game not as shorthanded as you were on Thursday night versus the Vikings.
Josh, you beat it to me. Last night he sends me a text message. He says, here's a little homework for you for tomorrow's broadcast, and he beat me to the punch.
Really quick, guys, I want to play this audio clip for you, Billy. Okay,
right.
This is Jason Kelsey from his podcast, the New Heights podcast. Listen to what he talked about, what the Patriots and the Vikings did to the Eagles offense the first 2 weeks.
They were playing a lot of deep zone coverage, trying to prevent the big play, giving us boxes that were conducive for inside zone, and we kept running it. And I think, their clear effort right now, and it was the same way in week 1, is, prevent the big plays. Don't let A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts, hurt you down the field. Make them put together long drives. And I think that, we ended up figuring it out throughout the game. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, see, and that's exactly what we alluded to earlier, where Brian Johnson, he did change up the plan, and they took away one aspect of it. They instituted the other aspect. They adjusted, and it worked. Let's talk a little bit about A.J. Brown. because he had a dust up with Jalen Hurts on the sideline.
That was not a dust up.
Well, you can call whatever you want, but they had an argument.
That was a professional disagreement.
You could say, and it was, and I don't mind that, to be honest with you. But he said it wasn't about the targets.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think it was. You know what it was? When Jalen Hurts threw that interception, he threw it into triple coverage. A.J. Brown was wide open on the other side of the field. All he had to do was just lob it to him. There was no other defender anywhere near him, and I think that's what it was. They're not going to come out and tell
He
us.
was telling him you didn't read the field.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all it's all
But
about.
Jalen's telling him, I hear you. And he says, I hear you because I was telling you guys earlier about the predetermined throws. Look, if all of the football experts, the guys who played the game, like the Baldingers or the Mike Quicks, are seeing it, Jalen Hurts is not being told to scan the field sometimes. He's being told predetermined pre-snap. And that's not a good thing.
That's not good.
So
I don't like
A.J. Brown is saying, look, you got to scan the field. Right. And Jalen's like, well, the play call was for me not to scan the field. So I'm hoping this week, well, not the week, the 11 days in between the games. 11 days in between.
Well, let's hope he watched a lot of film.
That's what I'm hoping.
Let's hope they get on the same page.
Exactly.
And I'd like to see a more balanced attack. Because I think last week they had 48 rushes. That is so untypical of uncharacteristic of an Eagles team. Usually it's the other way. It's the other way around. Where they have like 48 passes and only 23 runs. This last game it was completely reversed. So we'll see what happens. All right. On the other side, we're going to get the keys to the game from Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Markets. We'll get him on the other side. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or try the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Hey, the Camden County Board of Commissioners want me to tell you about the Made in Jersey Festival on Saturday, September 30th. It's a celebration of all things Jersey, food, music, produce, beer, wine, spirits, and more. So come on out to Wiggins Waterfront Park in Camden from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, September 30th. Admission is free, so bring the whole family and enjoy live music from Jersey's own Living on a Bad Name and the B Street Band. The Made in Jersey Festival is presented by the Camden County Board of Commissioners and Visit South Jersey. For more information, visit madeinsouthjerseyfest.com. That's madeinjerseyfest.com. All right, when we return, we'll talk with Scott Grayson. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3 ESPN.com. Powered of Sea Isle City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Yo, what's up? You got me? Scott is in.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end.
Yep, sounds good.
And I'm the current publisher
Gotcha.
of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine. And I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Your palace awaits. Caesars Palace Online Casino is now live. Download today and register using code RADIOLAUNCH. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits after wagering $25. Must be 21 and physically present in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or West Virginia. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonuses. Full terms and wagering requirements at CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In West Virginia, all games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly.
Good news, New Jersey. More residents are getting quality, affordable health coverage through Get Covered New Jersey. Established by Governor Murphy, Get Covered New Jersey offers increased plan choices and more savings than ever. If you recently had a life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may qualify to enroll now. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help for plans that include preventive care, prescriptions, and more. And if you meet certain income levels, you may qualify for low to no-cost coverage. Find your plan at getcovered.nj.gov.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. This is the place to be, Mike Carlin, for all watch all your NFL action, get your bets in, and enjoy football, man.
Come up to the sports book. You're right. Get your bets in. People are starting to file in. They're drinking already. They're eating already.
This atmosphere is great. It's really conducive for really getting. You feel like you're a part of the action when you're here at the sports book.
And you miss no action when you're here because there's so many TVs. They have every game on. And remember, they also have the baseball games on too. So even during the NFL games, they got a couple TVs with the baseball as well. So they got you covered no matter what the sport is here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside Tropicana, Atlantic City.
All right, now every Sunday throughout the football season, we get a chance to get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, brought to you by Blitz's Market, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and the vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the Locker Room and get $1 off 12 ounces of their liquid sunshine. It's Blitz's Market, 21st at Asbury in Ocean City. Say hello to Dave and Joe Newman. Let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott Grayson.
Good morning, Billy Schweim. How are you?
I always like to see your smiling face in the Sunday morning, Scott. But I know that when I see you smiling, that it's because the Eagles are winning, and you feel pretty good about today.
Yeah, I mean they won't lose today. That I can guarantee you.
Hey, Scott, a lot has been made of the last game against the Vikings. How the passing game, this high-powered offense hasn't been in sync, and people are a little critical of Jalen Hurts. Deserved, but it's like we're watching, like Mike Carlin alluded to earlier. It's like we're watching the preseason game early in September. This is game 3. They got to straighten it out.
Yeah, and first of all, I mean, it feels like it was so long ago that they played. And look, that's a key. I mean, the amount of time they've had between these games to look at things, self-scout, figure things out. You see areas where you just have not been well and try to diagnose why. And I think those are all key things coming out of that last game. Now, look, I mean, they've scored 59 points, I believe it is, their first 2 games combined. So as much as everybody wants to raise their hands, pull their hair out and say, what is going on? They're putting points on the board, which is ultimately the name of the game. And they did that against the Vikings, forcing 4 turnovers without several starters on defense as well. So, look, it's easy to look at this and say on both sides of the ball, that it's not crisp, it's not great, it's not what we were, quote, expecting for a lot of us, but it's getting the job done. And at the end of the day, they played 2 games in 4 days and they won both. There aren't many teams in the league that are going to do that just because of the nature of the violence of the game and the wear and tear on your body. But, it's interesting because when you talking to some of the players this week, they're saying, like, we're 2-0. We haven't played our best football. Nobody wants to be playing their best football now. Because if you're playing your best football now, it means that you got nowhere to go but down. Which is true. And I just think there's a lot of areas where everybody just kind of has to pump the brakes a little bit, take a deep breath. Nobody needs to push a panic button right now. It's not great. It's not pretty. It's not crisp. But they forced 4 turnovers. They forced 6 turnovers in the first 2 games. They rushed for like over 200 yards last game.
Yeah.
So there are bright spots and positives to build off of with this team. And frankly, this is just a reminder to me that they are the hunted. They are the team that has a huge target on their back, and they are getting everybody's best shot. And I don't doubt they're going to get a great one from Tampa tomorrow night.
We're talking with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market. Scotty, you're down there, you get to talk to the players after practice and whatnot. They all seem to be on the same page with, like, hey, listen, we haven't played our best football, like you said, but we're still 2-0. And as long as they always say this mantra, they'll just improve, keep improving, keep getting better. Still consistent with most of the players this last week?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons why the culture is so good there, is that is the message that is coming out of Nick Sirianni, and it's trickling down from him down through everybody, is that they're not worried. He said it this week, and I thought it was an interesting point. They're not worried about the Super Bowl. They're not worried about the division right now. They're not worried about the other teams in their division. They're worried about getting better this week than they were last week. And if they put that building block in place every week, right, then ultimately you are building towards what your ultimate goals are for the season. But when you're in the season and in the grind, and these guys say it all the time, sometimes you kind of shake your head and go, oh, it's coach speak. This is just, the players speak. But I believe they have bought into that message, that they really do believe that this is just literally a week-to-week process, and all they want to do this week is just be better than last week. Now, what defines that? I don't know. They've got their own ways of defining that. But Jalen Hurts, he said it. I thought he said it well. He said it best. It's simply defined by a win. He just wants to win. And if you win, you can come out of it looking in the mirror and say, okay, there may not have been things that we did great. We can improve on that, but we at least got the win. And I think that's the message, really, the theme through the first 2 games.
Scott, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of people who like the tape watching guys, like the Baldingers and the Greg Cosell's. Mike Quick said the same thing on the Eagles radio network. The idea that some of Jalen Hurts' throws are predetermined and that some of the play calling is not to his strengths. So how much of what we see in the first 2 weeks have been Hurts to a slow start? How much it has been Brian Johnson's play calling? What is your read on that, Scott?
I'll give you 2 angles on that. And first, I'm going to take Brian Johnson here, and I'm going to take the positive, which is so many guys were complimentary of him. And the fact that when the run was working, they stuck with it. There are a lot of coordinators in this league, almost all of them, that the ego takes over. And no, I determined we're going to throw the ball. We are going to beat these guys through the air. Well, Jason Kelsey said after the game against the Vikings, he came to the sideline and said, listen, the run's there. It's there if we want it. And you saw a coordinator who listened to his players, and they did that. I think that's a big key in terms of understanding a little bit more about who Brian Johnson is and what kind of coordinator he might be. Now, going to your question, yeah, I get the sense that there is that settling in that has to happen between Hurts and Johnson. As much as they knew each other and worked with each other in the past, Johnson's got to call an offense now. It's not just about Jalen. Right. And I think Jalen's got to understand what he's going for when he calls. And that's one of the things, Josh, I think as you look at it over the last 11 days that will have separated between the Vikings game and you get that time. You have that opportunity to self-scout. What did Jalen Hurts take away from it? What did Brian Johnson take away from it? We're going to find out. And what did those two discuss after the fact about what they like, what they want to do more of, what they're doing too much of, what they want to try to do in the passing game together? And I think we'll see a game script that mirrors a little bit more of that. And it's part of the process these two have to go through to get to ultimately, back to what we all were used to last year. And that was Jalen seeing the field well, making his reads, and not, tucking and running. Look, these teams have figured out the Vikings did a great job of spying him. It looked to me in a lot of the film. That linebacker was on him the moment he broke off his spot. And that's the key to slowing him down from running away on a pass play. I think we're going to see more of that from the opponents. And now the question is, how will the Eagles and how will Jalen Hurts adjust?
Now, one of the things every Eagle fan wants to know, Scott, because Gainwell is going to be back for this game. So what are they doing? Do you think they're going to do a running back? Because, Eagle fans, Scott, they're looking at DeAndre Swift. They're like, this guy had this great game. But Gainwell got almost all the touches in week 1. So what do you anticipate tomorrow night?
Blessing in disguise, right? DeAndre Swift showed these coaches how valuable he could be. And I think they did rely too heavily. And that's one of the things I think they took away from the first game was they fed Gainwell too much. And now he got hurt, banged up. They had to feed Swift. Now they see the value in Swift. I think ultimately the blessing in disguise here is you realize you've got 2 big horses now that can carry that load. The Eagles, as much as everybody through time has wanted, it's got to be the Brian Westbrook show. It's got to be the LaShawn McCoy show. As much as we all wanted them, it's Miles Sanders, everybody, including me, was saying give him more than 20 carries a game. It just doesn't happen here. And that's not the nature of the league really anymore. There are some. Derrick Henry, to be one. You want to feed that guy as much as you can. But I think what the Eagles are doing, what they're going to have now is a luxury. And frankly, watching the 2 guys, there are different running styles. I thought Kenny Gainwell will pop the first hole he sees, right? He's going to take the first hole he sees. He's going to put his head down. He's going to get through there, hopefully. And then he's going to try to tack on as much as he can on the other side. DeAndre Swift, I saw patience. I saw a guy who took his time recognizing where the hole was. And sometimes he didn't take the first sliver. He waited and got a bigger hole and cut it another direction. In the Vikings game on that one really long drive, and Jason Kelce said this, I don't think we've ever run inside zone so many times in a row. But it looked a little different every time because in the hole, DeAndre Swift was changing the direction he would go based on what he saw. I think Swift's vision is great. I think Gainwell has a little to learn there as well. But his ability to just hit a hole, put his head down, and go through, I think they're 2 different running styles, Josh, frankly, is going to be a luxury for this team if they use it the right way. And that's going to be the big key, watching how they disperse those carries, how they rotate these guys in and out, who's going to get what percentage of plays and for what situations. Everybody thought Swift was brought here to be a threat out of the backfield in the passing game. We saw he can definitely still run it too.
Hey, Scott, it's Michael. Before we came on the air, me and Billy were talking about, and he was asking me what I thought about the season so far. And I looked at it like this. I thought Sirianni came right after the very first game, pretty much admitted the preseason was not the way he wanted it to run with the starters. I look at these last 2 games that this was their preseason. They're lucky. They're fortunate to be 2-0 and just but now that they have these 2 games underneath their feet, we'll give our scores at the end. But I think tomorrow night, really, between you and me, could be a coming out party.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, Mike.
Good wide receivers, but I'm not a Baker Mayfield doesn't put me up to where I'm not losing sleep at night. Okay, but tomorrow night, and they haven't seen a defense like that.
Let this be said, though. Baker Mayfield is playing pretty well. He's completing 69% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Not against an Eagles defense.
I know he's got 104.4 passer rating. Not that he scares me like Mike says, Scott, but what say you?
What do you think, Scott?
So I'm going to break that down a couple of ways. I agree with you, Mike, in the sense that the 2 games in 4 days was a big key to me. They didn't play in the preseason, then they had to go and play 8 quarters in 4 days. That's tough on the body. It's tough on these guys to get used to and get back into the rhythm of. Yeah, they're veterans. Yeah, they understand it. Yeah, they've been through it. But that's hard, no matter who you are, coming out of the sidelines like that to do it. Now they've had the break. They've had the extra time. They're into a little bit of a understanding the grind again and what it entails. So to go further, I think this could be an opportunity for them to make a statement on national TV. Will they take it? What will they do? How will they do that? We'll find out. As far as Baker Mayfield goes, he is playing well. There's no doubt. The stats say that. He also hasn't had Jalen Carter bearing down in front of him or Jordan Davis lined up right in front of him. And Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, who's still trying to get going, coming off the edge. It's just, you haven't had that in your face yet. So what are you going to do with that? And you've got Slay and Bradbury back now, and there's going to be debates about what role Bradbury is going to play. Will he be in the slot? Will he be outside? I think he's going to play a little of both. And then you got Reed Blankenship back on the back end as well. I just think this is not the defense Baker Mayfield has gone up through in the first 2 games. We'll see how the Eagles handle that. To me, the game, though, is all about the Eagles. It's about them playing their game, doing their things, and not allowing some of the other stuff to get in the way and making the mistakes, frankly. I mean, they just have to keep doing what they're doing on defense and forcing turnovers, and the offense is going to get it together. I do think, frankly, that A.J. Brown could be primed for a big game. And frankly, being in the locker room, I was standing there as he talked about it, what happened, and Devontae Smith right next to him, and they were quoting scripture and laughing together. I mean, this is what I thought about that situation. I thought it was going to go that way. A.J. Brown made a mistake. You can't let that get public. You can't do that in front of the camera. But he handled it well behind the scenes. Nobody in that room on Wednesday after he talked about it, it's over. It's gone. It's behind them. I'm sure the broadcast will still make a big deal about it on Monday night, highlighting it, what happened.
Sure.
But this team's moved on. And he did this last year, and everything was fine, after the fact. The guy wants the ball. I want a guy who wants the ball.
Yeah.
I'm getting upset if we're paying a guy to get here and make plays, and he doesn't want the ball. Right. So he wants the ball. He wants, and frankly, I think they're going to find ways to feed him. I think it could be a coming out party on Monday night, Mike. I really do think you might be onto something there.
Every Sunday throughout the football season, we get the keys of the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. Of course, you can catch him on Monday at the Sports Bash with Mike Gill for Grayson's Grades and read him on 97.3 ESPN.com. Let's get Scott Grayson's keys to the game for a victory Monday night against the Bucs.
Well, one of the keys I talked about was what did they do with this time off? I think that the coaches especially have done some self-scouting. They have realized some things. I expect to see better play calling from both sides of the ball, and especially on the offense, to see this team get into more of a rhythm. The second key, obviously, you don't want to turn it over. If the Eagles don't turn it over, I think they definitely win this game. And then number 3, I think you do have to still run the ball. They've got to be able to establish and win the lines. That's one thing this team has always done, is won the line of scrimmage over the last couple of years. They've got the horses to do it. If they're doing that, everything else will heal itself. And I think those are the keys that you want to look for. Dominate the line of scrimmage. Don't turn it over. And let's see what they did with their time off in terms of understanding where their weaknesses were.
All right, Scotty Grayson, now it's time for your prediction.
I am going, Billy. I like the Eagles here a little bit on the lines of Mike was saying. I think they're going to fix some things. I think we're going to see some things get better. And I look for them on Monday Night Football here in Tampa to go to 3-0 and win this game 30-17.
30-17, Scott Grayson. I like it. Gotta like that.
I'm a touchdown away. I'm like 38-17.
There you go.
Scott, when you get a chance, you got to come down here and sit with us as we broadcast. This is unbelievable. We're at the Caesar Sportsbook inside the Tropicana. Come down, spend the whole afternoon with us. It's a great place to watch football.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Carmine's for lunch today, Scott.
Carmine's for lunch today, Scott.
Yeah. At least you guys aren't showing me the food today.
All right, Scotty. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you, buddy.
All right, you got it.
There he is, Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Of course, the keys to the game with Scott Grayson are sponsored by Blitz's Market, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and their vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off the 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Market, 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Go down there and say hi to Dave and Joe Newman. Hey, I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken at jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information.
This season, Caesars Sportsbook is offering more ways to bet than ever before, with more props, bigger same-day parlays, and play-by-play betting, all of which are available on the kiosks here at Trop AC, making it the best place to bet and watch. The best way to learn about all the promotions and the exciting things happening here at Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana AC is by being a Caesars Rewards and Caesars Sportsbook member.
All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys look to continue their hot play and make it 3 wins in a row, but the Arizona Cardinals will have home field and the hunger to avoid an 0-3 start. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday. Free ESPN. Coverage begins after game 1 of our triple header.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hey, it's number 59, Seth joining. Birds football, best time of the year. Bet Parks is the official casino and sportsbook app I recommend. Join me and download the Bet Parks app right now. When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun. You love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 in Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the mind-blowing magic and illusions of the one and only Michael Carbonaro on Friday, December 15th. Tickets on sale now at parkscasino.com. Parks Casino, this is how you win.
This is Parks, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there is behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Opioid overdose is a serious crisis, but with
30
naloxone,
seconds, guys.
there is hope. Whether it's prescription painkillers or illicit drugs, naloxone can be the difference between life and death. With just a simple nasal spray, this easy-to-use medication can quickly stop an overdose in its tracks. Naloxone is free, anonymous, does not require a prescription, and can be obtained by anyone 14 or older. Visit stopoverdoses.nj.gov to learn how you can get naloxone at a participating pharmacy. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Now, more of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Caesars Sportsbook. Come on down. This is the place to be. All these big screen TVs, Mike Carlin. I keep talking about the clarity of the TV. It's
Beautiful.
I mean, like you're right there.
It's not bad seat in the house, so you got them on both sides. We don't even see the ones on this side. We're just looking in front of us.
Mike, what they have last week? We had a couple drinks. They have
ever?
like these. The list of these drinks is unbelievable.
So the wide receiver, ready? Bullet, bourbon, lime juice, and ginger beer. You had what? The quarterback?
I had the QB 17.
Yeah, Patron Silver. I mean, you know what really catches me when you read all these drinks, like the touchdown tea? They're using top-line liquor in every one. So you're looking at Kettle One vodka, Patron Silver, Bullet Bourbon. I mean, one's better at Bacardi rum. One's better than the other. That one I had last week, though, the MVP.
Was that great? Was that a good drink?
That was 32 ounces of rum.
Oh, it was in that white bucket,
yeah.
Right?
So me and Josh had to do that one.
Of course, today we'll be getting served some food from
Carmine's.
I can't wait for that. Also, Josh, the sports book, come right here, make your bet, right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of people, they've become so attached to their phones.
I know.
Right?
You don't even need your phone.
And listen, you can download the Caesars Sportsbook. You can get that on your phone. But there's nothing like being in the sportsbook with the ticket in your hand, watching your game play out. Like we saw a guy earlier, he won. He won a bet. He's running up and down the sportsbook. He's so happy. That could be the people listening to us coming out tomorrow night when the Eagles are playing. You can bet on the Eagles to win, and you can cheer your team on right here at Caesars Sportsbook inside Tropicana, Atlantic City.
All right, this is the place to be.
You paid immediately, too. There's no waiting.
Hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2, we'll get into more Eagles talk. And we'll talk with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. It's Charlie's Bar. All that and more as we broadcast live from the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. The Locker with Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 3, and the Eagles travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs on Monday Night Football.
And it's Swift again for another 9 yards. He's over 100.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 6 p.m. Maryland might call all the action starting at 7:15. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN. Brought to you by
Ocean Casino. Get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino this football season. GMS Law. Make the right call. Boardwalk Honda. Shop our lineup of new pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas online at boardwalkhonda.com. The Fan Zone at Sun Valley Pools. Unique fan gear and gifts for every fan of every team. Cape Regional Hospital. Your healthcare partner for a healthier life in Cape May County. Jersey Shore Federal Credit Union. Choose better banking. And South Jersey Gas.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't get blindsided by a bad trade offer.
Come on, that's a low blow.
Don't get called out for paying high interest rates.
That's a bad call.
Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released so you can drive your new Matt Black Kia with 0 down, 0 interest, or even 0 payments for 90 days. Plus, drive with peace of mind with our exclusive 4-day love it or leave it return policy. Even first-time buyers can drive with 0 down or 0 payments for 90 days on every new Kia in stock. Plus, we want to finance your future, not your past, or get up to $8,000 off MSRP on every 2023 EV6 GT in stock.
It's gotta be a Matt Black Kia.
With approved credit, not all will qualify. Credit may affect down payment. Offers can't be combined. Go to MattBlackKiaNJ.com for complete details or 888-505-6670. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer, except for licensing, registration, and taxes through CAP1. Excludes EVs. 36 months at $27.77 per thousand for Tier 1 customers. Expires 10/5/23. Matt Black Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township. And now on Route 37 in Toms River.
When you want experience, go for the best. Pick up the phone and call Dennisville Fence.
Hey South Jersey homeowners, autumn is here and fall season means fence season. Are you dreaming of a new fence or railing but you don't want to break the bank? Our pro tip of the day, install in the fall for big savings. As your exclusive Active Yards dealer, you can choose from our inventory of privacy, decorative, security, and pull fence solutions by Active Yards. No matter what your needs are, we have a high-quality, maintenance-free Active Yard solution that is right for you. Don't miss our install in the fall savings coupled with our no money down, interest-free financing so together we can make your dream a reality. So give us a call today or go online to DennisvilleFence.com to request a free estimate, and be sure to mention that you want to install in the fall.
Go with experience. Go for the best. Pick up the phone and call Dennisville Fence. 1-800-499-FENCE. Visit DennisvilleFence.com.
The Balls Out Block Party featuring the Cheesesteak Egg Roll Bowl is on Saturday, September 30th at Resorts Casino Hotel. Witness the world's #1 professional eater, Joey Chestnut, as he competes for glory in Resort's first ever pro eating contest. The boardwalk will be active all day with a live band, beer stein hoisting contest, football toss challenge, and fun and games with 97.3 ESPN and more. The event is free, so head to the boardwalk and beach from 11:30 to 5:30 on Saturday, September 30th. Resorts Casino Hotel, one of a kind.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers,
It's good!
and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Set, red 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana, Atlantic City, New Jersey, the Caesars Sportsbook. The crowd is starting to file in and get ready for week 3 in the NFL. Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, Billy Schwein, the three of us here, getting you ready for week 3 in the NFL. And Josh Hennig, this is the place to watch all the games, man. This is really cool.
It's absolutely crazy because on a day like today, you know, there's no Eagles today.
No.
So you can just come out here with your fantasy football team. Brian Hartley, about 30 minutes from now, will give you that lowdown.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Phillies will play on the screens. They'll have the Phillies on one of the TVs as well. So, you know, they got you covered here at the Caesars Sportsbook inside Tropicana, Atlantic City.
And, Mike, there's a lot of great stuff going on here. So
They got some great things that lined up. You know, coming up on October 8th, listen, October 8th, they'll be hosting the first ever Fire Bets tournament at the Tropicana AC during the Philadelphia-Los Angeles game. Players will have a chance to complete in this in-game contest for over $5,000 in prizes from Caesars Sportsbook and Caesars Palace Online. That's going to be a fun day.
I got to tell you guys a quick story. My sister, when she comes into the casino, she's got her Caesars rewards card and everything, and she comes in and plays this one machine, the quick hits, and she wins every time, Josh. Is that unbelievable? I am not lying. I am not exaggerating.
She's a good luck charm.
She wins every single time. And she gets all these rewards. She gets rooms and everything. She's lucky. I go in there, I lose.
That's why you shouldn't do it.
That's right.
Right. You know to stay away.
Yeah. So we need the Philadelphia Eagles to bring home a W on Monday Night Football. But the team has been working real hard on they got a little break. Mike Carlin to get themselves to right the ship and start to fire on all cylinders. We really haven't seen it yet. You anticipate them coming out Monday night and putting it all together against the Bucs?
I think tomorrow night's a coming out party where we're going to stop all the talk about Hurts and is he as good as he was last year, all that talk. I think the first 2 games were preseason games for our starters, not for the team. I think they got them under their belt. I think they're lucky to be 2-0. And like I said, they're playing a team that's 2-0 down in Tampa. But are they really a 2-0 team? I mean, come on, you beat Chicago.
Well, I know, but we
always say you can lose anybody.
You got to beat the teams that are on your schedule. And I don't fault anybody because they're playing the Minnesota Vikings or the Chicago Bears.
Our defense will be the best defense they've seen. This will be their 3rd game like you said, they don't see anybody like
And
Carter.
it should be the best offense. I mean, look, we talked about with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News about A.J. Brown and his little dust up on the sidelines. But if you look at their overall statistics, I mean, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown both have 11 receptions, all right? They're almost similar in targets, 15 and 16, and their yards over 178 yards for Devontae Smith and 108 yards for A.J. Brown. So I mean, they're getting production, just not high-powered production.
Absolutely. And remember what Scott said. They scored close to 60 points. That's 30 a game. So, I mean, they're scoring. They're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. But again, Tampa is not the Tampa. I'm not scared about this game. There's certain games you go into that you get a little scared. I'm not scared about this game.
Josh, they only let up 52 yards rushing in 2 games. I mean, that's not shabby. Despite, I mean, you guys say they pay the Vikings and the Bears. I get it, but still, they held them to 52 yards.
Listen, I'm not as extreme as Carlin is. I think Carlin is the optimist of the spotless mind over here. Look, Tampa has a legit defense, all right? The question with Tampa is, can they execute at the same level consistently? That's the problem with Tampa. Like, think about it this way. You know, on the injury report yesterday, Billy, we were talking about this a little bit last hour. Let's get to it now. The Eagles, their guys who are not playing are not key defensive players, right? Tampa's got 3 key guys questionable for tomorrow night. Vita Vea, Carlton Davis, the cornerback, and White, the linebacker. So when you have 3 guys that are that key who are questionable, that's going to be one of the keys to the game, Bill. And that is, if Vita Vea plays, it's going to be a rough night to run the ball. But if he doesn't play tomorrow night, it'll be a lot easier because Vita Vea is one of the best interior linemen in all of football.
Right. And this is the first time the Eagles, the Bucs are playing the Eagles since they lost 2 years ago in the wild card round. And they only put up 3 points on the board against a Tampa Bay defense. It's for all intents and purposes the same crew. And there's a few changes, but Jalen Hurts looked horrible in that game.
Devin White for Tampa Bay, guys, as a linebacker is really good. You know, there's always one player on every team that you got to watch out for. He's their player. He's all over the field. So whether it's stopping the tight end coming across the middle, stopping the run when it gets past the line, he's your guy that you're going to hear the announcers almost every other play saying his name.
You alluded to it earlier, Josh. They got Blankenship back. They got Bradbury back.
Yep.
How much of a difference? I mean, Blankenship, we know what Bradbury can do, but Blankenship is not a proven commodity yet. I mean, he played pretty well last year in a backup role, a fill-in role, but now he's got the starting job. I mean, there's a big responsibility back there.
I think he's enough of a proven commodity that I can tell you what you get from him every week. Right. You're going to get hustle. You're going to get hard work. He's going to lay out a nice hit or two in the game. The problem with Blankenship is not that he's an unproven commodity to me, Bill. My problem is with him is that he is a duplicitous individual. Him, Terrell Edmonds, Sidney Brown, they're all similar players. You only have one legitimate playmaker in pass coverage at safety, and that's Evans.
Right.
And that's the problem with Blankenship. I cannot depend on him. Like, for example, if you got a setup where you got Evans on the left, Godwin in the slot, right? And Evans goes the post route, Godwin comes across. Well, what if there's a pick play coming the other direction with the tight end and Godwin and Evans get open? Are you going to believe that Blankenship or Edmonds or Brown are really going to be able to handle Mike Evans on a switch route? No.
And you losing Avonte Maddox is a big blow.
Huge
blow
to
this team. I mean, he was a slot guy. He played the slot position. He played it well, but he made plays. He made Avonte Maddox. He made plays.
You heard his name.
You heard his name often.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a big loss for the Birds.
It's a huge loss, and don't overlook the fact that
And I don't want to give you guys the impression that I'm scared, but I am. I mean,
you're being a realist.
I'm being a realist, which is unlike me. It's uncharacteristic for me.
Well, I'm proud of you. That shows real maturity.
Carlin, I mean,
yeah.
No, but you gotta. I think this team, with what everything has been saying during the week, the rhetoric coming from the head coach, the players, they're all saying they all got the company memo. They're all saying the right things, but they gotta put it in action. They gotta implement what talk's cheap, basically.
They also know
talk's cheap. You got to go out and do it.
They also know that every game counts, and that sounds very easy to say, but when you look at their schedule and you see what's coming up, whether it's San Francisco, Dallas twice, Buffalo, these are the kind of games where they won't talk about it, but the veterans know we don't go to Tampa and lose this game. This is not one of those games.
And that's a good point, Josh, that Mike's making. The leadership of this team. You got 4 guys: Lane Johnson,
keeping them together.
Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Jason Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 guys, are they enough to keep the rest of the team grounded and focused?
Oh,
one
they are.
game at a time mentality?
They are, but it's got to be more than that, though. Because
it's not just enough from the head coach. You got to hear from players. Like I always allude to, Josh, the 93 Phillies where they had that macho row. They policed themselves.
Right.
Dutch Dalton, right?
Yes.
I look at that 93 team and I see the Eagles, the big 4 with the same type of role.
They do. And I think that you're 100% right. I think especially guys like Graham and Kelsey.
Right.
And Johnson. You know, they might not be like macho role where they're literally threatening other guys, but their presence.
Right. Mm-hmm. Their presence is threatening.
It's the idea that, you know.
Like you don't have one of those guys have to talk to you, pull you aside.
Guys, in a locker room, sometimes you don't have to say a word.
Exactly.
You walk by and give someone an eye.
Right.
Exactly.
They take it right. They know exactly right there.
Right.
Like we can't fool around.
But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get out of you, Josh, is these guys command so much respect.
Yeah.
Because of their team, what
well,
they've accomplished.
They command respect from their teammates and the coaches.
They got a Super Bowl ring
and the fans.
They got a Super Bowl loss. They've been in the same team for numerous years. They're leaders of their team.
Yeah.
Their actions speak louder than words.
They're vitally important.
Vitally important.
You know what we haven't talked about too? There's a lot of teams today. They're playing their first away game. The first 2 home games.
Yeah.
We already had an away game.
Yeah, we had away.
So this
is
is not. Yeah. Right. So I mean, don't take that for granted.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the away aspect. What I'm concerned about in this game.
Don't mean to interrupt you there too, but away, they're going to Tampa Bay. There might be just as many Eagles jerseys in Tampa Bay than there are.
That's 100% true.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Our fans travel well. Plus, there's a lot of Eagles fans that live in
already
Tampa Bay.
100%.
Correct.
But here's one more thing, really quick before we hit the break. Don't also forget about the fact that the Eagles had 11 days off. As we talked with Scott Grayson the last hour, to bring up one of his keys to the game, we have to think that this team has made adjustments from the first game. I think that's part of the reason why you, Mike, keep hitting on that you think this is not going to be a close game, because I feel like you are saying, I believe that this team is going to make the adjustments to not allow it to be a close game.
And they've had the time to do it, too.
All right, we're broadcasting live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook.
I know what he's going to say. I know what he's going to say.
Carmine's is here, and they're setting up food behind us, and it smells so good. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. All right, I want to remind people, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com. or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Hey, let me tell you about the Stanton Insurance Group. SIG protection. Don't get burned this summer. Choose Stanton Insurance Group for better coverage than your sunscreen. Protected families, homes, automobiles, businesses in New Jersey and PA for over 25 years. Stanton helps you select the right insurance company for the best combination of protection and service at a competitive rate. Get the insurance coverage you need today. Visit sigprotection.com for a quote. That's sigprotection.com. When we return, we'll continue with more here as we broadcast live inside the Tropicana at the Caesars Sportsbook. Mike Carlin, Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys look to continue their hot play and make it 3 wins in a row, but the Arizona Cardinals will have home field and the hunger to avoid an 0-3 start. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always
Good,
a
it
rush,
sounds good.
But the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all
Okay.
in. The passion. of a
Hartley's
perfect
after
parlay,
this segment then, right?
and the pure joy of a
Hartley's
jackpot.
after this segment, so at
It's another
11:30.
opportunity to win big every
Great.
day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win.
Yeah, it sounds good.
You bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, or Maryland. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's number 59, Seth Joyner. Birds football, best time of the year. Join me right now and open the Bet Parks Sportsbook app, and you're in the zone. Bet Parks is the only casino and sportsbook app that I use and recommend. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The confidence of underdogs covering, the tension before the clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. New customers make your first winning $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win, you bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 in New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, it's Heather DeLuca, inviting you to join me for Thrill of Hope, a very special evening of Christmas music and memories benefiting Ranch Hope. Thursday, November 2nd at the Grove at Centerton, featuring a very special Christmas concert sensation at America winner Betty Maxwell. Proceeds benefit Ranch Hope's Camp Edge. Ranch Hope has been serving the youth of New Jersey since 1964. This evening is made possible by Heritage Dairy Stores, Atlantic City Electric, Mannington Flooring, CW Services, and Sojo 1049. For tickets and information, visit ranchhope.org.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana Casino Sportsbook. It's The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig. As we're getting ready for Week 3 in the NFL, of course, the Eagles play the Bucs Monday night. At the bottom of the hour, we're talking to fantasy football guru Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. But right now, as we're completing the last segment, all of a sudden I get this smell of like food. It's like unbelievable.
Not just food,
Not
Italian
just food.
food.
I turn around and oh my gosh, there's so much good food. And right now joining us, we have the general manager Renee and the assistant general manager at Carmine's Randy here to talk and visit with us. And good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you guys doing today? So
Doing
you guys distracted me here during the show. I turn around and I can't wait to eat all this great food.
It's
what
amazing.
What do you have here, Renee?
Well, today we brought some of our specialties. We have our penny vodka. We have our chicken parmesan, our spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh.
We also have our great wings, focaccia bread, our tiramisu, cannolis, fabulous stuff over here. Everything is so homemade. It's amazing. It's like going to grandma's house on Sunday dinner.
Yeah, I remember Randy waking up early in the morning on Sunday, game day, and you can smell the pasta cooking. And my mom was always, mom Italian. My mom's 102, Renee.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
she-
not good Italian food.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But Randy, that's a memory I have. And that brought me back when you guys were setting up, the smell on a Sunday morning, it was phenomenal.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So, talk to us a little bit about Carmine's inside the Tropicana.
You know, Carmine's is such a busy restaurant. It's amazing. We are open 7 days a week. We are open at 12 o'clock. We have a fabulous lunch Monday through Friday from 12 to 3. And then we are also open until 10 p.m. at dinner. So, you know, it's amazing. We are the place that celebrates. We have great birthdays, great parties, bachelor parties, and that's one of the things we're really known for. I mean, there's several things we're known for. You know, being
one of the things about food is when the food's good, Randy, people come.
Absolutely.
And that's why Carmine's has been around for a while because the food is outstanding.
It is outstanding.
And the parties that they have going in there, you see a lot of 8s, 12s, 16s.
Yes.
It's a family atmosphere. More family, more food, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. It's really like going to grandma's house on Sunday dinner. It's amazing.
And everyone's there to celebrate something or the other.
So if people want to make reservations, how they get in touch with Carmine's through the internet or phone number?
Certainly, you want to reach out to Open Table, so you can download the app, or you can do it online, and or you can call the restaurant directly as well.
I think we're just gonna have to stop broadcasting right now. Go right to the food. I mean, I'm gonna be distracted for the rest of the show.
Well, Billy, you got to be an adult and focus for the next 40 minutes.
I can't.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be very difficult.
Before you guys run out, I always like to ask a question like this. I walk in there. I'm looking at your the menu right there. It's a who's who of what you want to eat. What do you think are one or two of your, not just your favorites, but the ones that the chef knows he's going to sell that night?
Oh goodness. Everything in the menu.
Okay.
However,
not a lie.
Yeah.
However, I know for certain every day our favorite really is our Scarpiello wings. Amazing wings.
I'm looking at those wings. Yeah.
Yes, it tastes just as good as it smells. It's an amazing, amazing dish.
And that's weird that you say that, because I would never think that coming into Carmine. I'm thinking the meatballs,
Yeah,
the
I'm
chicken
looking at
parmesan,
the
the last thing in my
salivating.
mind would be wings. But when you look at those wings, and I haven't had, I'm going to eat them today. But that's great to know that. It's little secrets that you don't know unless you try.
And of course, we have our staples. You know, the penne alla vodka is probably the most requested dish, as well as our chicken parm and meatballs as well.
I can see why. I'm gonna have to bring some of this to my 102-year-old mom.
Absolutely.
She's gonna devour it, Renee.
You know, we get a lot of Italian people that come in and say, man, it's good. It's authentic. It's really, really great.
Because you can't fool an Italian when it comes to
You are
Italian
right.
food, right? Am
You
I
are
right?
right. You are right.
Well, listen, guys, we really appreciate you stopping by
Thank you.
and bringing us some food, and I just can't wait to get at it.
You know, I just also want to just say that, you know, we also now sell sauces to go. So we now bottle our sauces, and they are amazing. Our tomato basil just won the best sauce for People Magazine.
Whoa.
It's really
how about
amazing.
that?
We sell them in ShopRite, so you can always get it, and we also sell them in Carmine. So you can go to your favorite grocery store and you can get it. It's amazing. We also do takeout. You know, I wasn't at Carmine's my whole career, and when I went there, I was so surprised on the takeout. So, you know, it's some good stuff with Carmine's. We are really it's a great restaurant.
One of the things
And we're family.
One of the things I just want to finish up with is that for our sauces, we are donating a part of the proceeds from any sale of these jars to the Susan Komen Cancer Foundation.
Oh, very nice.
For the month of October.
Great.
Very,
Great.
very nice.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
We were looking forward to this. Okay, every week they've been bringing this stuff, and there's certain hot buttons. I don't want to, everybody's been great, but I'm an Italian. I like Italian food. I was like, Carmine's next week. Now Carmine's.
He's been talking about it all week.
It's amazing.
Well, Renee and Randy, thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
And we'll look forward to seeing you at Carmine's.
Thank you. Thank you.
There they are, Renee, the general manager, and Randy, the assistant general manager down at Carmine's. I'm distracted now for the rest of the show.
You're going to
Take
get in trouble
over,
with Josh.
Carlin.
You're going to get in trouble with Josh. So, fall into fun this season with a getaway at the Tropicana Lake City. Rake in the savings with incredible hotel deals, indulge in new restaurants, and revel in exciting nightlife and entertainment. Book your Tropicana getaway today at Caesars.com/AC.
The Philadelphia Eagles Monday night game, the 7:15. That's a better start time than your
Love it.
right 8:15 because people got to get up early.
Be in bed by 11.
Look, I know when the schedule came out this year, Carlin, we kind of looked at it and everybody cringed because there's only 3 1 o'clock games. There's a lot of people that were very upset with that, but it just goes to show you that when you have a team that everybody wants to watch, they put you on prime time. And we're on prime time.
We're on prime time for a reason.
Time.
Okay, we're good.
Speaking of prime time, how about Coach Prime? He got destroyed last night by
I told you
by
that.
Oregon.
I said that game would be over by halftime.
Right, and you know what, Josh? I keep talking. So we see a lot of Colorado and the Sanders.
Yes.
Yeah, Sanders on social media. I mean, one of his sons, the head of that the social media department, if you will. I like what he said after the game. You better. He handled the blowout well.
Yep.
But he said, better do it to us now because we're going to load up in the future. And I believe him.
And he will. And I think what he said before that was even more important. He said, we have to give credit to Oregon.
Yeah.
He said, Oregon had a great game plan. He says, I like Dan Lanning. I like how passionate. Like he complimented the other coach. And that shows you the kind of man he is. He's not just about his braggadocio. He gives the smoke. He takes the smoke.
That's you could dish it out. You got to be able to take it.
take it.
He does. I will say this too, Mike. There was a lot of bulletin board material in his first 3 games.
Yes.
All right.
Every game there was something.
Every game. It's been fun to watch. The Eagles have this same, like, it's a must-see TV type thing. That's why I just alluded to with Carlin, Josh, that the Eagles are on look at all the primetime games, all the big. We only have 3 1 o'clock games throughout the whole season.
Really quick. So Dion literally just posted this on social media an hour ago. He said, win or lose, we are grateful. We do it because there is no loss in life. He's sitting there
like
telling
prophecy, Mike.
He's telling his players, the same energy we give during wins, we got to give when we lose.
Listen,
we're grateful no matter what.
I got to say, I think, what's the mark of a true coach? Someone that can inspire young men and women by saying the right things, being passionate about stuff, but caring about, like Carlin talks about Dick Vermeil. They don't care about you until you see that they. What's that saying?
They don't care about you until
you see about them caring about yourself. Clement says it. But it's true. Deion Sanders loves his players. Sirianni loves his players. He wears shirts. You see Sirianni's always wearing shirts of.
He wears Phillies.
Yeah,
he wears everything.
I love that.
What I like about Deion is he tells the truth naturally, and he should. But he will say we're only 7 to 8 players away from being one of the top teams in the country. Yeah. And guess what? He's probably right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. This is. I like Sirianni. I mean, he came into Philadelphia with his sayings like being competitive and all that stuff. Flowers grown. What are the flowers? And he was kind of laughed at and mocked.
Listen,
but guess what? When you win, that all goes by the wayside.
It's okay to be an odd person if that oddness allows you to be successful. You can be eccentric like Deion Sanders. You can be a weirdo like Nick Sirianni. It doesn't matter as long as because you know who was
it all plays well when you win.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you have success in general. Again, really quick, Mike Singletary gave the greatest speech, right, ever after a loss.
Right.
He couldn't win football games as a head coach. You may sound like a football guy, but you might not be able to coach the team, and you need to be able to coach the team.
So you have to have both aspects. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Somers Point, New Jersey. Hey, the Camden County Board of Commissioners want me to tell you about the Made in Jersey Festival on Saturday, September 30th. It's a celebration of all things Jersey. Food, music, produce, beer, wine, spirits, and more. So come on out to Wiggins Waterfront Park in Camden from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, September 30th. Admission is free, so bring the whole family and enjoy live music from Jersey's own Living on a Bad Name and the B Street Band. The Made in Jersey Festival is presented by the Camden County Board of Commissioners and Visit South Jersey. For more info, visit madeinjerseyfest.com. That's madeinjerseyfest.com.
Caesars Sportsbook, your ultimate game day experience, awaits at Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana Lank City. Watch and bet on your favorite NFL teams all season long with 180 seats, VIP booths, massive screens. The Caesars Sportsbook at Tropicana is the place to book your experience at Caesars.com/AC.
All right, when we return, we'll continue. We'll have Brian Hartley, the fantasy football guru, on this other side. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live from the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 3, and the Eagles travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs on Monday Night Football.
And it's Swift again for another 9 yards. He's over 100.
Not much they can do about it.
Eagles radio network coverage begins at 6 p.m. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 7:15. This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station. Brought to you by
Jenkins Plumbing and Heating at jenkinsandsons.com. Piccalilli Inn. Nobody beats the Piccalilli, Route 206 in Chemung. Frank Vincent Windows, Roofing, Siding, and Doors make your home look new again. BMW of Atlantic City. Shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com. And First Bank of Sea Isle.
97.3 ESPN FM is your official home in South Jersey for Eagles football. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround.
Brian's ready.
Train comfort specialists. Just
Yep,
one
no
more
worries.
reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. For local
Little
guys
over a
with
minute.
passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days
45
a week.
seconds.
Memberships are affordable. So be
Yep,
a
Hartley's
local
ready.
At Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Celebrate the rich history and traditions of the Barnegat Bay area with the 41st Annual Old Time Barnegat Bay Decoy and Gunning Show, Saturday, September 23rd and Sunday the 24th. Sponsored by the Ocean County Board of Commissioners and the Ocean County Department of Parks and Recreation. Over 250
seconds.
exhibitors displaying and selling items like decorative and working decoys, hunting and fishing supplies, hunting guide services, and more. At 2 locations, Tip Seaman County Park and the Tuckerton Seaport, all located in Tuckerton, New Jersey. See you there. Free shuttle buses and parking.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN, the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live inside the Tropicana in Atlantic City, the Caesars Sportsbook. Come on down. This is the place to be. Watch all the NFL action. It's week 3 in the NFL, and fantasy football players are starting to scramble now again. Josh, same thing happens every year with all these injuries, early in the season.
They always get you.
All right, so we have my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, is brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point. serving lunch, dinner, spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. It's Charlie's Bar. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Guru. All right, well, I'll tell you what, Brian, once again, I'm starting to scramble. My quarterback, Joe Burrow, he's not going to be scrambling because he's going to be a little immobile if he plays at all. David Montgomery's out. People lost Nick Chubb. I mean, there's a lot of injuries already in week 3 in the NFL. All right, and real quick, my quarterback situation, like I said, Joe Burrow.
It's all about Billy,
but
Brian.
Well, hey, it's fantasy football, and I have Geno Smith, so I'm going to plug him in today and roll the dice. Speaking of Monday night, Charlie's Bar sponsors your segment. They got a really good Monday night specials lined up. They got homemade pizza, stromboli, beef tacos, chicken parm. But how about this lobster challenge they got going on, Brian? You get every Monday night. Is that unbelievable? You got to get down to Charlie's Bar to watch the Eagles on Monday night. That's the place to be. What fantasy football guru? What's the hardest thing for people that are, I guess, new in fantasy football? What's the one thing that you need to know most about being a fantasy football general manager?
Brian, I want to ask you about a couple specific of those players we were just talking about. First, talk to us about Garrett Wilson. A lot of people drafted Garrett Wilson very highly in the draft. of their fantasy leagues. Are you sticking with him considering all that's going on in New York, or are you saying maybe sit him in the next couple of weeks? One more I want to ask you about specifically. The news just came out that Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are both inactive for today's game. Brian, two more guys that people put in their fantasy draft. They were expecting these guys to be productive. We saw what Jordan Love did in week 1 of the season. Are you someone who's saying maybe you need to start fading on guys like Aaron Jones and Christian Watson? Mm-hmm.
We're talking with the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Summers Point. Okay, week 3 in the NFL. Guru, give us your picks. All right, now I know you're going to be down at Charlie's Bar on Monday night for Monday Night Football, the Eagles and Bucs. They got a lot of great stuff. $3.50 Bud Lights down there. You got homemade pizza. They have stromboli, beef tacos, the chicken parm. They got it all going on. That's the place to be Monday night, huh? Yeah. Oh. Of course, they sponsor the Guru. All right, Guru, talk to us a little bit. Give us your keys to the game for the Eagles for a victory Monday night and your prediction. Eagles 27, Tampa Bay 16. All right, fantasy football guru, as always, we appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next Sunday. There he is, the fantasy football guru on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. It's brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, serving lunch, dinner, and spirits. Hey, watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or give them a call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD, 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. That's Charlie's Bar. I want to remind people, just about everybody in our area knows about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information.
Experience the best of the NFL season at Tropicana Atlantic City with Caesars Sportsbook and multiple sports bars all under one roof. Tropicana is the ultimate game day destination. Bring your friends, grab a beer, cheer on your favorite teams. Now's the time to make a game plan and reserve your seats. Learn more at Caesars.com/AC.
Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. All right. When we return, we'll wrap it up as we broadcast live inside the Tropicana in Atlantic City at the Caesars Sportsbook. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Stuck in a loan or lease? AJ the Trade Man wants to get you released.
Oh, yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
Used car values are declining rapidly. Every mile, every dent, every chipped windshield could be costing you thousands. But AJ the Trade Man has got you covered, even if you owe thousands more than your trade's worth. Then drive home a new Matt Blatt Nissan with zero down, zero payments for 90 days. Clearing $350 per week, Matt Blatt Nissan wants to approve you with 0 down and 0 interest for 36 months. All backed by Matt Blatt's 4-day love it or leave it return policy. So bring any
1
trade
minute,
to
guys.
Matt Blatt Nissan because AJ, the trade man, is in need of more trades. Only at MattBlattNissan.com. On approved tier 1 credit through NEMAC. Negative equity will be refinanced at the new vehicle plus tax tag and $589 doc fee. Offers can't be combined. 0% for 36 months. Call 877-289-6670 or go to MattBlattNissan.com for complete details. Offer ends 10/7/2023. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike. Egg Harbor Township.
Hi, it's Heather DeLuca, your Sojo 1049 midday host, inviting you to join me for Thrill of Hope, very special evening of Christmas music and memories benefiting Ranch Hope, Thursday, November 2nd at the Grove at Centerton, featuring a very special Christmas concert by international singing sensation, Miss America winner Betty Maxwell. Proceeds benefit Ranch Hope's Camp Edge. Ranch Hope has been serving the youth of New Jersey since 1964. This evening is made possible by Fulton Bank, Cowtown Cowboy Outfitters, SJ Water Conditioning, and David Scales Jr. State Farm. For tickets and information, visit ranchhope.org.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here, broadcasting live inside the Tropicana Casino Sportsbook. It's the place to be. The crowd is growing. I see Jets shirts. We got Carolina. We have all kind of jerseys here that we do what we see every week.
NFL experience,
yeah,
bro.
man, NFL experience. All right, right now we have Demetrius. He's the executive chef here at the Tropicana, and we got a lot of great food behind us. Demetrius, how you doing, buddy?
Great. How you guys doing today?
This is such a cool place to be for the NFL.
Right,
experience.
definitely.
I mean, and on top of everything, the food is phenomenal.
Yep. There's so many options. There's so much to do, and then look at all these screens.
Yeah, right. We keep talking about the clarity of the screen, and how you're like right. It's like better than being at the game.
Yeah, they went all out when we built this.
So Demetrius, we have some great food here from the Carmines. I'll tell you what, man. It's just like last week we had
Chickies
and Pete's.
Hash go-go the week before that.
You got Hooters.
Yeah, there's just so many options.
It's one after another, Dave.
Yep, one after another. You guys are going to end up having to hit the gym.
That's what Dave Clemick said last week. All right, Demetrius, you're an Eagles fan?
Yes.
All right, give us a prediction for this week for the Monday night game.
Well, let's say 32-17.
32-17 from the executive chef, Demetrius. As always, thank you, buddy.
All right, good to see you guys.
Good to see you, man. All right, Mike Carlin, it's your turn.
You ready?
Give us your take on what you think might shake out on Monday Night Football.
42-17.
Carlin, 42-17.
Yep, it's coming out party.
You think it's going to be like that's pretty much like a blowout if you think. I mean, it's going to be close in the beginning, or are you going to start?
No, I think
half.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's 17. That's a late touchdown at the end.
Garbage
Game's
time.
over. Yeah.
All right, Josh Hennig.
There's two keys to this game. Number one is Tampa's defense healthy. If Tampa's defense is healthy, this will probably be a closer game early on. If Vita Vea or White or Davis are not playing, remember they're all questionable for Monday night, then it'll be a different game. I think ultimately the Eagles do win because of one factor. I think that those 11 days help the offense. I think I'll get the offense going, like Mike said. Give me 35-21. Eagles win. And I'll give you one more, Billy.
All right.
Anytime touchdown prop. Devonta Smith.
Okay. I might have to play that.
Because I know you have about 20 different Eagles on your fantasy team. So
I only have 3. All right. I only have 3. All right. Now listen, I'm a believer. I think the Eagles are a really, really good team, if not the best team in the NFC. Them, the 49ers, and the Cowboys. All the prognosticators, everybody's talking about. So far, it's holding true to form. The Niners, the Cowboys, and the Eagles. I think the Eagles put it together today. I think they start right off the bat. The key to this game, Josh, is like every other game is turnovers. You don't turn the ball over. You win the turnover battle. You win the game. With Bradbury back, with Blankenship back in the secondary, of course, with Slay, and the defense up front that we have with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. I just think that
they're going to stop the run.
They're going to stop the run. It's too much for the Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. I think the Eagles win this game 28-23. It's a little closer but I think they score. They get it going early, and the Tampa Bay comes back a little bit. But not enough to win in the end, and I think the Eagles win 28-23.
You're your closest one. Look at all those other scores.
Yeah, let's look. Clemic said yesterday 34-21. Scott Grayson says 30-17. The Guru says 27-16. We have 32. I can't even read my own writing there. But Carlin, you said 42.
Is that Demetrius?
Demetrius, 40. I'm sorry, Demetrius, and you said 42-17.
17.
Josh 35-21, and me 20.
You said the most points. You got him scoring 23 points.
Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield, he's having a good year, and I think with their receivers.
Comes crashing down tomorrow
So
night.
really quick, Mike, I know that your game you're watching today is Washington-Buffalo.
Yes.
Because you want to see Washington lose.
Yes.
Bill, give me a game that you're keying in on that the Eagles are playing today.
I'm hoping and praying that we see the Cardinals upset the Cowboys. I always want to.
That's not happening.
That's not going to
well,
happen.
you don't know on any given Sunday.
Someone could get hurt, though.
That's right.
Someone could
Look,
get
they
hurt.
lost Diggs, right?
Oh, now Carlin's wishing evil on people.
And I'm not. I'm not wishing anybody.
Man,
gets
Carlin,
serious
we turned Carlin into the degenerate.
Right?
I mean, he went for being Mr. Positive. Now he's wishing for
He
injuries.
was Mr. Positive, and he was also a Big Ten guy. Now he's Mr. Negative, and he's SEC guy.
True.
Well, the show's over.
You can't change.
Hey, you got to get down to the Tropicana inside the Caesars Sportsbook here. This is unbelievable. Big screen TVs. Watch all the action.
All the action.
All the
every
action.
TV. There's not a bad seat in the place.
We're going to meet the little Carmine jam.
Carmine.
Can't wait. Carlin, great job. I want to thank Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. I want to thank my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. Nick Earnshaw back in the studio as always. Mike Carlin, great job today. Josh Hennig, you did a phenomenal job as always. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday. There's nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Check out Sports Bash with Mike Gill on Monday as he gets you revved up for Eagles Bucs. Catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Mike and Merrill with the call. But before that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And we'll see you next week right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on 97.3 ESPN.